So, good morning, my dear student. Today I am Alok Brave from Ambuja Public School, Rabadi Awas. Today I am going to make one video for economics of class 9th. So, my dear student, I am taking up the first chapter, the story of village Palampur. I will upload this video on my channel, YouTube Alok Economics Academy also. You can view this video there also, right? You kindly share it and subscribe it my videos if you like, right? Now first of all, today we are going to study about village Palampur. Village Palampur. In my dear student, what is the main activity of the village, right? The main activity, which is the main activity, or what is the main activity of the village Palampur? The main activity of the village is generally farming. Farming is main activity of the village Palampur, right? So in this, right, like every villages, this in this imaginary story of the village Palampur is farming is the main activity of the people. Farming is the main activity of the people, and my dear student, there are some more economic activities are done by the people to earn their livelihood. But farming is main activity. Farming is main activity, and there are other related activities also, like dairy farming, like transportation, my dear student, like transportation, manufacturing, shops are also there. But the main activity is, my dear student, is farming, in which 70, you can say 70% people are involved in activities of farming. Most of the people are getting their livelihood from the farming activity. So farming is most important activity of the village Palampur. My dear student, there are some other related activities also, like transportation, dairy farming, shops, right, and then jaggery making, right. This is an imaginary story of a village. Now, which is well connected with cities, small towns or cities also, right? Palampur is well connected with the neighboring villages like Raiganj. Raiganj is a big village. Raiganj. It is well connected with Raiganj, right? A big town. Then it is connected with Shahpur also, a small town, or you can say small town, right? So every type of vehicle is available there. Bus is also available there, right? Jeeps, motorcycle, right? Tongas, right here. So every type of transportation is available in this type of village. And my dear student, people are using tractors also, trucks also, jeeps also, motorcycle also, from moving goods and people from one place to another place. This village has about 450 families. How many families? In this village? $450 families. 450 families are living. Families are living in this village. Right, see, their houses, those who are rich people, their houses is made of, cemented houses, right? Cemented houses. But those who are poor, their houses are made of mud. So this is the one thing. So 1/3 population of this village is Dalit. Dalit. Dalit people has 150 family. 150 families, and or you can say 1/3. 1/3 of total population. They are living in kacha houses. Houses made of mud and hay. Mud and hay. Right? See, these people are very poor and they are landless workers. Then, my dear family, right, 60 families belongs to upper caste. 60 families belongs to upper caste. Upper caste, 60 families. Here, Dalits, 150. Then rest of the families, middle class families are middle class families are 240. 240. 240 are the middle class families. Right, see. This is the configuration of the village Palampur. Village Palampur. Then, right, see, electricity in this village is available. Electricity is also available in this village. Right, see, electricity is also available in this village. So, most electricity available. School, hospitals, private and government are also available. One, two, 3, 4, transportation available. Panchwa, right, conveyance available, transportation available, then irrigation facilities available. Available. Right. So, my dear student, the village Palampur is a developed village. We can say village Palampur is developed village. Shops are available. Shops, 7, right. You can say dairy farming. Jaggery making. Jaggery making. Everything is available in the towns. Transportation available. Transportation available. Right, see. All these things are available. Then comes to next thing. Organization of production. The next part is organization of production. We find next important topic in this book is organization of production. Organization of production means land, four factor of production: labor, capital, fourth, entrepreneur. Human capital. Human capital. Right. All these things are available here in this city. What is land? Land is a, upper crust of the earth, which is given by God to human being. Which is given by God to human being. Right? It includes water, mountains, sun, air, light, right, sea, wind, right. So then second is labor. Labor means people who do the work with the help of mind or power. Labor means a person, people who do the work either with the help of manpower or via physical power or with the help of mind to earn their livelihood. We call them labor. Then next point is there, my dear student, capital. Capital is of two kinds: fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital means that capital which help in production of goods, which helps in production of goods, which makes good, like machine, tools, etc. Like machine, tools, etc. Example is machine, tools, plant. Right. Working capital is that capital which help to purchase raw material, and other necessary items to make goods. That is called working capital, or sometimes we can call it money capital also. We can call it money capital. Right. This, right, after selling these goods we can get the money also. So working capital is a capital, right, with the help of which we can purchase, we can purchase raw material and we can purchase machine, tools, plants and services of labor, etc. So it is very important capital. Then comes to the human capital. Now let us come to the human capital. Human capital is that capital which helps to organize all the three activities. Land, labor and capital. It is the function of entrepreneur, or we can call it producer, or we can call it organization. Right. We can call it entrepreneur, producer, organization, human capital. Right. This human capital, my dear student, put to use land, labor, capital to make the finished product. This is the job of, entrepreneur, to utilize these three things effectively to make the finished product. So that is why human capital is called as, my dear student, you know, human capital is called as organization, right? See, organization or producer, or we can call it entrepreneur or enterprise, we can also call it enterprise. So the main work of this is to organize all the three in a unity, in a plant or a factory. In this way, and when they will plant, when they will put them into the good use, all the three things, it will produce finished product at the lowest cost of production. Then let us come to the new topic, land is fixed. Land is fixed. Land is fixed. My dear student, the land is fixed. It cannot be increased or decreased. Land is fixed. It cannot be increased or decreased. Right? See, land is fixed. It cannot be increased or decreased. Everywhere, in any country, in this whole world, we cannot increase land, size of land. We cannot make new land. We can only transfer the land, but we cannot increase the production of land. Land cannot be produced. Right? See, my dear student, if we want to increase in the village Palampur, if we want to increase production, then only we have to make wasteland cultivable. We have to make wasteland cultivable. Right? If we want to increase agriculture production, we have to make wasteland productive. That is the only way to increase the production. Right? In every village. Right? Avoid the wastage of the land and then use the wasteland for production purpose also. In this way only we can increase the size of cultivable land. But the land is fixed. Land cannot increase in the whole world. So this is the another thing. Right? The standard unit of land, to measure the standard unit of land is gunitha, right, biga or hectare. We used to measure the land with the help of three measures. Measurement of land. Three measures. First gunitha, then second hectare. We can measure the land in bigas also. Biga. Then one more method is there. Chautha we count for 4 acres. Right. These are the few methods to measure the land. Now, the next topic is there anything which can help us to grow more? Yes. Yes, we can grow more. We can grow more on a piece of land. How can a farmer grow more on same piece of land? Or same size of land. Size, you can write it size. Right. This is the next topic. Right. Farmer can grow more. Right. Farmer can grow more with the help of multiple cropping system. What? Multiple cropping system. Farmer should adopt multiple cropping system in order to grow more. My dear student, this village Palampur is situated in the Uttar Pradesh, western Uttar Pradesh. Where it is situated? In the western Uttar Pradesh, right? All land in the UP, Uttar Pradesh. Now see, we can, in this village, 3 crops are grown every year. 3 crops are grown every year. That is, potatoes during the rainy season, jawar and bajra is grown. During the rainy season, jawar and bajra is grown. Then in the month of October, jawar and bajra. Rainy season. Then second, potatoes. In October. Then last, wheat in Jan, or you can say December. Right. So jawar and bajra is called kharif crop. I think jawar and bajra is kharif crop. These are kharif crop. This is rabi crop. Right, see. So my dear student, so in this way they can grow 3 crops, and they by following the multiple cropping system. In rainy season they can grow jawar and bajra. In October, in the month of October, which is spring, they can grow potatoes. Then in the December they can sow the rabi crops like wheat. Right. See, then farmer produces wheat, and farmer produces wheat also. Farmer produces wheat for the self-consumption, also, and for selling into the market also. Right. This type of, my dear student, is called the marketable surplus, which they are selling into the market. We call that production is marketable surplus, and they used to keep the some amount of wheat for the self consumption also. Right. Electricity is very available there. Then in some part of the village Palampur, sugarcane is also sown. It helps in making the jaggery. Then my dear student, right, my dear student, electricity is available, well developed system of irrigation is available there, and tube wells, diesel pump set and canals were also developed there. Right. See, now the total land of 200 hectare in this village is cultivated, and every on every piece of land, water is, irrigation facilities is available. Right. See, now to grow more than one crop, a farmer can use the multiple cropping system. Multiple cropping system means, sowing more than one crop. Here farmers are sowing more than one crop, that is jawar, bajra, potatoes. Even some farmers are sowing also sugar cane, which has great demand, and it helps to make the jaggery. So in this way farmer can produce multiple cropping. Multiple cropping is the easiest way with which farmer can grow the more than one more crop. Right, see. So, my dear student, tomorrow I will shoot one more video and then I will bring some more important element of this chapter to you, so you can see it on the my Alok Economics Academy, also my channel, YouTube channel. You can subscribe YouTube channel and share with your friends and your relatives, right? So your like will boost up my energy and I would like to share more and more videos on important topic like this.